Hey guys, I'm Savannah and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My mom is going to be joining us. So today I was going to make a video about a girl talk, and I was going to add like a mental health update into it, but I decided not to. That's going to go on her channel. So if you want to see a mental health update, go to her channel.
Yeah, I have a mental health series.
I don't know if you heard that, but she said she has a mental health series.
Damn it.
So I'm going to be drawing while I talk and while my mom talks. I got these new alcohol markers that I can use to color. So yeah, let's get right into it. I have 7 topics. The first one is confidence and expressing yourself. So this is just like a girl talk for teen girls, advice on if you're a teen girl and you want advice, then keep watching. Also, if you think any of these are TMI or you don't agree with things that I talk about, feel free to click out of the video. I don't really care. We'll talk about periods in this video, and if you think that's gross, then good for you. You can leave. I don't really care. So yeah.
It was right in front of my face. I didn't see it.
Confidence and shake it.
I will.
Confidence and expressing yourself. Okay, so I guess I'll start with where's mine? Oh,
You can do it yourself?
I'm talking.
Oh my god. She's talking.
I guess I'll start with how I have this. I'm honestly still on my self-love journey, guys. As you probably know, I'm pretty self-deprecating and pretty insecure sometimes about my body and being annoying, and I constantly ask her, am I annoying you? Am I annoying? Am I ugly? Do you want me to leave? Do you like me? So yeah, but as far as expressing yourself, I would say even if people think that you're weird, just wear what you want to wear, do what you want to do. I got into makeup at a really early age. Most people, I got into it at like 6th grade, and most people didn't wear makeup, so they all thought it was weird that I wear makeup like every day, and I always put on crazy eyeshadow looks and stuff and eyeliner. But after you get over like that initial uncomfort, is that like the word, of like discomfort of like people judging you for what you want to wear, then it gets better. It just becomes your thing, and people just kind of get used to it as long as you're used to it. So yeah, so for me, like, I wear the clothes that I want to wear. I wear the makeup that I want to wear. I do my hair how I want to do my hair. I do get scared to wear certain things because like they're out of my comfort zone, but I'm still working on that too. Like, if there's a pair of pants that you want to wear but you're scared to wear it, wear the pants. If you are scared to wear a crop top because you're scared to show your belly button, wear the crop top. Like, I say this all the time. It doesn't matter if you have a flat stomach, if you have chub, rolls, wear it. I just wear it, okay? That's all I can say is wear the crop top, okay? If you want a piercing that people think is weird, get the piercing. If you want a tattoo and your friends say not to get the tattoo. I used to have friends that said if I dyed my hair one more time, they would not be friends with me anymore. If someone says something like that to you, just do it. It does not matter what they think. And if they're gonna not be friends with you because of that, then you don't want them in your life anyway. So, and it took me a while to learn that. I had toxic friends in middle school a lot, and I didn't even realize they were toxic, and I never listened to anyone that told me they were toxic. I just kind of thought it was normal and went with the flow and let them make fun of me. That also goes into confidence about like who you are and where you come from. If you don't come from a high-income family, it doesn't matter. And if kids judge you for that, or kids judge you for something you can't control, then that's just kids being jerks, and don't listen to them about that, because you really can't control it. You can't control how you look. You can't control what family you were born into. So yeah, that's my spiel on that. What do you think for confidence and expressing yourself?
I think that you're right. You should not care what other people think, because when you're expressing yourself, you're expressing your own self, not what other people want you to be.
Yeah.
So, like, when I was in high school, I was a really grunge, alternative, gothic kid, and I expressed myself through dark makeup and baggy clothes, and always wore black and that sort of thing. Jewelry, I constantly wore lots of necklaces and rings and bracelets, and piercings and stuff. And, you know, there were kids, like the popular kids in school or whatever, the cheerleader, football type people, that would make fun of those of us who were into that sort of thing. But, you know, I didn't let it bother me because I was wearing what I liked. Just like nowadays, I don't dress up anymore. I prefer comfortable clothes. I prefer wearing sweatpants or leggings and a t-shirt or a tank top, like what I'm comfortable in. And no matter how many times Savannah makes fun of me for what I'm wearing, I'm still wearing it.
And another thing, obviously looks aren't everything, but for me, if I look good to myself, then my mood is 10 times better that day. Like going to school, if I'm wearing the crop top that I want to wear and fishnets and thigh-high heeled boots and a leather jacket and winged liner, that makes me feel good. So if I'm going to school wearing that, I'm going to be in a way better mood the whole day and do a lot better that day, like with my schoolwork and everything, than I am if I go to school in sweatpants and a t-shirt because I don't want to stand out, you know?
Yeah, if you're wearing something that you don't feel comfortable in, no matter what that something is, you're going to be constantly questioning yourself in your head. Like, does this really look okay? And, you know, all those sorts of things. This is so good.
Also, people stare at you. There have been times in high school, even like last year, when I would dress up with my best friend. We have a matching outfit called The Outfit. I might even insert a picture of it. We would get stared at, and people would call us names and look at us weird and laugh at us and catcall us and whatever. Obviously at the time I didn't have the confidence to stand up to them, even though I wish I did. But what I would say now is just stare at them back. Make them feel uncomfortable. If you want, because I don't feel comfortable when I'm being stared at. Even if I'm not being stared at, I feel like people are staring at me. But I would just say make them uncomfortable right back. Stare at them. Look at them weird. Know that if you look good to yourself, then you look good. And if you have confidence, then you look even better. If you're looking down at the ground and you're uncomfortable, then you don't look good because you're uncomfortable. And so you're just feeding into that negative energy. So that's all I have to say about that topic. The next one is starting your period. So this is for younger girls mostly. If you haven't started your period yet. Starting your period is a scary thing because when you're in middle school, it's like super embarrassing. No one talks about it. None of my friends talked about it, like what it was like, or like none of them told me when they started theirs, and it was like the most embarrassing thing ever.
Wasn't it like you were the first one in your group that even said out loud that you started?
Yeah, because I'm an open book. I say too much information, you know? I told my friends when I started, and they were like, oh, well, I already started a year ago. I already started 2 months ago. And I was like, what? I'm the last one to start, and none of y'all even told me. And I started on my 13th birthday, which is, you know, a date I'll never forget because it was my 13th birthday. So, yeah. Luckily for me, because I was 13, I already knew what a period was. So it wasn't the typical story of I went to the bathroom and I thought I was dying because there was blood in my underwear. I kind of just looked and I was like, oh, it's about time. And I texted my mom and she was like, oh. Because I feel like I was a late bloomer. Most people, I feel like the ages are getting younger and younger. Kids are starting at like 8 years old. And I feel like the puberty talk kind of needs to be at a younger age even maybe than it is. Because kids don't know what they should know. And you should feel comfortable talking to your mom about it too. Because it's just a normal thing that every woman goes through. And guys shouldn't judge you for it, and if they call you disgusting, then just forget them because it's not disgusting, it's normal.
I think that if you have sons, normalize it to them too. Because one day he'll have a girlfriend or a wife or a daughter, someone in his life that will have periods. And if none of that, if he doesn't have kids or a girlfriend and he's gay or whatever, he still has a mom, possibly a sister, an aunt. So I have a son and a daughter, and we just make it like it's not disgusting to talk about. We make it like it's not that big of a deal in this house, because it's not. It's what women go through.
Yeah, when we're on our periods,
We
the
go
whole
through
house
it.
knows.
Yeah. We go through it every month, you know. You can't hide that from a boy. You know, and boys need to know about it, because they need to know that when they do have a wife or a daughter or something, that wife or daughter might need his help sometime, or might need him to buy her stuff at the store for her sometime or something.
And the boys in junior high were really mean, because even before I had ever started my period for the first time, there was this one boy, and I was sitting at a table with this other girl, and they were being really mean to us, and we were like sitting there getting mad at them, and they were like, "Oh, looks like you guys are on your periods," because we were like upset, and I hadn't even started mine yet, and they were like, "Oh, well, they're on their periods."
You shouldn't talk like that at all.
And if you have an embarrassing period story or accident, it happens to like everyone at some point in their lives.
Every single woman has an embarrassing
It's
period
pretty,
story.
it's normal, like it's, I don't know.
I'm sure everyone has the same story. I was walking around somewhere with a spot on my pants and I didn't know it. Probably everyone has a story like that.
I don't even know if I've ever had that though.
That or
Teachers are the absolute worst, because when you have to go to the bathroom, you can't just go. And there have been times where I felt like I was like, oh my god, I'm starting my period in class, sitting in the seat, and I had a boy teacher, and he was in the middle of, and he was a math teacher, so he was in the middle of a lecture, and so we can't just get up in the middle of them talking. They don't let us go to the bathroom during that time. So I had to sit there the whole hour, like you can't hold in your period blood. So I was just like sitting there, you know, hoping that it doesn't go through my pants, because like you can't, they don't let you go to the bathroom, and they're not open about that. And because there's a stigma around it, and like it's an uncomfortable, awkward thing, you can't just say to the teacher, I'm starting my period, I need to go, because that's embarrassing, you know?
I would have said it anyway.
Yeah, like, do you want me to bleed all over you?
Yeah, I would have been like, do you want to be the one that clean up the mess if you don't let me go?
Teachers are so annoying about the bathroom.
Boys need to know this stuff. I can't believe that boys don't know this stuff. I thought maybe one person didn't know, and haha, that was funny. No, everywhere boys don't know this.
The amount of men,
The amount of men who think that women wear a pad the way they wear a pad, it's so wrong and it's so funny. But when you ask a man, how does a woman wear a pad? He says she sticks it to her lady bits. And no, you don't. And the fact that...
like a Band-Aid.
Like a Band-Aid or something. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. Men need to know, because what if that man has a daughter and the woman's not around and he needs to help his daughter? He needs to know where it goes. It's a sticky back that attaches to your underwear, guys.
Yeah.
To the underwear, and then you pull it up. So it doesn't, you don't stick it to your vagina and then pull your pants up.
Yeah. And then, like, I saw on TikTok a story time. There was a dude, like a grown man, who thought that you could hold in your period like you can hold in your pee. So, like, you can wait to go to the bathroom, just hold it. Like, what? It doesn't work that way. It's not even the same hole.
Can you hold in your blood when you're bleeding from your arm?
Exactly.
Can you
Suck in your blood from your arm, huh?
Suck it in. Hold it.
Like, or like, oh, your cramps aren't that bad. I've gotten kicked in the balls, and that's way worse. Don't compare that. Do not compare those things. And that's another thing they don't think about. If we were to get kicked in our lady bits, it would hurt just as bad.
Yeah,
you know that?
It does. It does, guys. Down there hurts a woman too. If you kicked us in the V, we're gonna cry.
I guarantee you guys wouldn't be able to handle periods like we could, because
No.
guys get the slightest pain in their babies.
Mm-hmm.
No offense.
Us roasting men for 12 minutes.
But yeah, men should know about periods too. Like when they split us up, I think they shouldn't split us up.
No.
When we were in like 6th grade, they would split us up into 2 rooms. I think the girls should learn about the boys, and the boys should learn about the girls as well. Because, you know, it's just good to know about bodies, I guess. Okay, so the next topic is embracing and like normalizing body flaws and insecurities. I've seen a lot of body positivity TikToks, and so I just kind of wanted to talk about it. Like things like stretch marks and cellulite and skin texture and stuff like that. I think that you shouldn't be insecure about that. Everyone has stretch marks. It doesn't mean you're unhealthy. Everyone gets cellulite. And the models in pictures who have like perfectly smooth skin on their face and everything, that's editing and poses that make them look super thin and like, but like curvy in the butt and stuff. Like that's editing. Sorry for the intermission. I ran out of freaking storage like always. My mom will be right back. She's doing something. Anyway, so embracing body insecurities. Every body is beautiful. I hate people, like I hate seeing when people praise one body type and not the other. For instance, people are praising curvy girls now, or thicker girls, or whatever, you know, whatever. But then bashing thinner girls, you know, saying that their bodies are unrealistic or they should just eat. And I don't think that's okay. When you say everybody is beautiful, everybody is beautiful. So if someone is thinner, they're beautiful. They have a flat stomach, they're beautiful. They're muscular, they're beautiful. Bigger girls, they're beautiful. Girls in between, like me, I would say I'm more in between. I'm a size like 6 usually. I can wear like smalls and mediums. I'm like I guess I'm a small girl, but I have thick thighs and a big butt and stuff. So I would say that like girls in between, small girls, big girls, all those girls, they're all beautiful. And you don't know what's going on in someone's life or what, if they're healthy or not, just by looking at them. Some girls struggle to gain weight because of just things like they may eat enough and be perfectly healthy and they just struggle to gain weight. Some girls may struggle to lose weight, or they may be on a certain medication or something that's causing them to be heavy, or they may have had a kid. Who knows? You don't know. Or just none of those things. And they're still just a human being and you should treat them the same way.
I always have.
I'm sure my mom can talk about this, how like she was thinner.
I have a very, very fast metabolism. My mom did too, and I was always called skinny my whole life, and most girls don't like being called skinny because that's not a nice word.
Yeah.
Even though most people when they're saying, "Oh, you're skinny," they don't mean it in a negative way, but it doesn't sound good. But yeah, I have always eaten a lot of food, but I burn it off fast. When I was younger, I was also a swimmer, so a lot of it was muscle, and I would burn it fast from swimming all the time. And I was just always a real small person, and people, you know, have always said to me, "You need to eat a hamburger." Well, I don't need to eat a hamburger, thank you. I eat all the time. It's just, this is my body.
Like, it's also not okay to make girls feel shamed or bad because, like, for instance, you're trying to spread body positivity towards bigger girls, right? But just because you are doing that doesn't mean you can go on a smaller girl's TikTok or Instagram or something and say, well, you're trying to show off unrealistic body types, or you aren't trying to spread body positivity because you only care about thin girls because you're like that. That's not okay either, because their body is realistic because that's their real body. Like,
if somebody is showing their own body, the body that God gave them, then that is a realistic image. Unless you're someone who had a ton of expensive, insane, crazy work done to yourself. These bodies are realistic.
So it's not okay to say like, just because they're showing off their body and they're the desired body type or whatever, you shouldn't bash them for that. Like, they can be confident in their body too, you know? Anyone can be confident in their body and show off their body and wear what they want. Like, I don't think that that's okay to like make fun of someone for being small, especially if that's the desired body type.
And that's the other thing that I hate too, is Savannah is constantly looking at me going, Mom, you're the desired body type. Mom, you have the desired face shape. Mom, you have the desired hair. Like, I first of all don't believe any of that, because every person is different. Everybody desires something different.
Yeah.
And I don't think that, because when I look at myself, I don't, like, the grass is always greener on the other side. I look at Savannah and I'm like, oh, I wish I had her beautiful face, and I wish I, had her body type. I think her body type is so cute and mine's not. And
yeah. And like, I also think it's not okay to judge girls. Like, guys or girls can judge girls for this, but judging them because they don't have big boobs, or don't have small boobs, or don't have a big butt, or don't have a small enough butt, or don't have wide hips, or don't have small enough hips, or I don't know. I just think none of that's okay. Like, don't comment on other people's bodies, or self-deprecating yourself and saying, oh my God, look at, like, I don't know, like, for instance, if you're a small person and you're saying, oh my God, I'm so obese or something, there could be someone bigger than you watching that and saying, well, then what am I? So that's something I'm still working on for myself.
If you're not doing it for the attention that you're wanting, which is, no, you're not, you're so small, wanting to hear somebody say, oh no, you're skinny, then you could have that other thing wrong with you, where you think what you look in the mirror is what you are, like the distorted
body
version.
dysmorphia.
Yeah. Which I feel like that is way less common than people make it out to be. A lot of people, I think, go around saying, well, I have body dysmorphia. I don't like what I see in the mirror.
Yeah.
Well, I think that is not really what a lot of those people have. But...
And you also, I don't like diet culture or people who romanticize and promote eating disorders either. And that's another thing. And people look at skinny or thin people and think, oh, they're thin, they have an eating disorder. Stop promoting an eating disorder.
Do you know
that doesn't mean that they have an eating disorder.
How many people have accused me of having an eating disorder? Disorder. I don't, and I never have. I don't have an eating disorder. Like, I am 5'7", which already I'm gonna look smaller because I'm taller, but you
struggle to gain weight. I
have always struggled to gain weight my whole life. Like, I could miss one meal one day and drop a few pounds. Like, it's drastic. But I fluctuate between 125 and 130 pounds. So I don't think weighing 125 or 130 pounds means I'm anorexic. Yeah. But it looks small on me because I'm 5'7".
Yeah. Just don't comment on other people's bodies unless you have something really nice to say, because sometimes people need that boost of confidence. Like, if someone were to say that my body looks really good, then I would accept that and be happy. The next one is boys and relationships. So for me, this is a big struggle because, like, who am I to even talk about any of these things? Because I struggle with all these things, but boys and relationships in particular. Don't feel like you need a boyfriend, even though I'm always walking around like, I need a boyfriend, I want a boyfriend. Don't jump into a relationship that you don't want, which I've made this mistake many times in my life, where I date someone that I don't actually like, just because I think that I will eventually catch feelings, or think that I can make it work, or think that having a boyfriend will make me better. It doesn't. I think having a boyfriend that you really enjoy their company, like, yeah, that can help you, but I have never really had that, so I don't know, but I have dated guys that I don't actually like, and I'm not myself. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. I ran out of storage again.
So now she has to use my phone.
So, boys. Oh, okay. I'll date people and I won't be myself around them at all. And then it ruins me because my anxiety gets a lot worse. Like, I had a 3-month relationship with this guy recently. And I was not myself at all around him. And I just it ruined everything for me because I was really, like, sheltered, got really anxious all the time, didn't even want to be near him or hang out with him ever. So I should have broken up with him long before I did. And it wasn't just me leading him on, it was just that I thought that it was the right thing to stay with him because everyone was like, oh, he's a good guy, he's nice. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll get feelings for him eventually, but I never did. And I just reached a breaking point where I was like, I don't like you at all. And then I got another boyfriend where it was like he was toxic, and I was like, no. That's another thing, knowing your self-worth. If there's a guy that isn't treating you right, or just is wasting your time, or is rude, or you get a bad feeling about him, don't waste your time on him because it's not worth it. And don't tell yourself, oh, he's all I deserve. No, you deserve better. I know that eventually I'll find someone for me, but I'm still really worried about that because I don't have a boyfriend at the moment and I want one. But I do want to wait around for the right person. I don't want to just jump into a relationship with any guy. You know?
It's better to wait till you find someone that is worth spending your time with.
Yeah, someone you want to spend time with. Mm-hmm. Next is hygiene and taking care of yourself. This is a big one because I swear to God, everyone at my school, no one knows how to take care of themselves apparently. It's not that hard. Okay, I don't want to be rude, but
it's the teenager body. They all stink.
I guess.
Okay,
that. But listen, you will be 100 times more attractive and 100 times more successful if you take care of yourself. And you will actually even feel better. When I take care of myself and do self-care, I get a boost of confidence. You know, take a shower, you'll feel better. Listen to some music, do some skincare, put on deodorant, put on perfume. You don't have to if you don't want to, I guess, but, you know, do that. For me, I prefer not to have body hair, so shaving makes me feel better, more put together. You know, having clean clothes, cleaning up your room, which I have a messy room, but yeah, things like that. Just take care of yourself.
I always feel better if I have at least even just a bare minimum amount of makeup on my face, just enough to either hide dark circles or throw on a lip gloss, something just to make me feel like my face is worth looking at.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't always have to have something done with my hair, but at least if my hair is not sticking up in every direction.
I don't care about my hair. I'm the type of person though who, if I wash my face or take a shower or even just like moisturize my skin, then I just already feel 100 times better. Because I have like really, really naturally dry skin, so when I wash myself, I just feel a lot better. I take like hour-long showers, so I'm just a big shower person. So that's hygiene. Sorry if I'm talking fast, guys. Okay, the next two kind of go together. The stress of being a teen and growing up, and then like friends and pressure. Okay, being a teen is really hard because nowadays there's social media and all the stuff coming from that and all the things society tells you have to be, and what you should and shouldn't do with your life. You know, figuring yourself out too and finding out who you really are, like whether that's sexuality or, you know, your mental health, you're figuring things out, or your confidence, or figuring out your likes and dislikes. figuring out what kind of person you want to be and what kind of people you want to surround yourself with. That's a lot of stuff that you deal with during high school. And in high school, the teachers will try to tell you, if you don't go to college, or if you don't get good grades, or if you don't do this and don't do that, don't join clubs, you'll never be anything in your life. Which all the other adults that I know in my personal life that I've talked to have said none of that matters at all. It's different for everyone, because not everyone's made for college. Not everyone's going to do great in school, and not everyone's going to want to go to school. And just because you have a job that doesn't require a college education doesn't make you less of a person or less of a hard worker either. And I don't know, it's just a lot of pressure. And you'll also get pressure from your friends too, well, not always, but from other people, to be a certain way, or, there's a lot of, like, things that are trends that shouldn't be trends, like mental illness is, like, a trend that people, constantly say, like, like, I don't know, it's cool to have depression, or it's cool to have anxiety. Don't self-diagnose yourself. If you really think you need help, then get a professional, but,
don't just say that you have one of those things, even if you don't, just because you think it'll make you look cooler.
Yeah.
Because guaranteed, the people who have those things, like Savannah and I both have OCD and anxiety, we don't think it's cool to have it. Like, it's not something that is fun to go through, the anxieties and the OCDs that we go through on a daily basis. It's not cool.
And it's a lot more than a lot of people think. A lot of people will be like, oh, I have really bad OCD because I constantly wash my hands. Like, no. Yeah, that can be a part of OCD, but it's not OCD. That's, like, literally the smallest part of it.
Yeah.
And not even everyone has that. But,
I don't have the obsessive washing my hands part.
Yeah, neither do I. But, I think another thing is, like, people will try to fit you into a category, or, like, label you as something, or try to make you something that you're not. Like, if they could try to force you to be a certain sexuality or something, like, talk you into, like, hey, be this, or be that.
Hey, it's cool to be gay this month. Hey, it's cool to be a trans this month. So you should...
I'm a proud straight ally. I think you should feel safe to come out when you want to come out if you are part of the LGBTQ community. Also, that's another thing. It annoys me really bad when people out people.
Yeah. But it also annoys me when people come out as something knowing full well that they aren't that.
Mm-hmm. I think also, like, as soon as you figure something out, I guess, because it's not just, like, some people think that you just wake up one day and you're like, oh, I'm this. Yeah. But it's not really like that. Obviously, I've never gone through that, but I know that you don't just wake up one day and you're like, oh, I'm this.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time to figure yourself out, and it also, for people who really are struggling with that, it takes a lot of courage to tell people.
Yeah.
So especially if you take that away from someone and they tell a trusting friend like you, and you just go and tell everyone, that's super disrespectful, because that's their personal, information. Mm-hmm. And that's something that only they can, I guess, tell people.
Think of it in a way like that you had something real super, super personal to you that you had to tell someone. So you relied on a friend, you confided in them, and they didn't let you go to your parents to tell them. They told your secret to everybody. Yeah.
So I can't even imagine how LGBTQ people feel when people romanticize being, like, bi or gay or something when they're not, Like, it's probably really annoying because they're actually dealing with real struggles with it, because not everyone has a perfect coming out story either. There's still people that don't accept it.
Yeah.
I'm here for you guys if you need someone to talk to. I accept everyone.
Savannah
here.
wants to collect all the gays for herself.
Yes, I accept everyone here. If you're gay, I love you a lot. I love you a lot more than straight people. Come here. Anyway, I'm sorry, okay? I love the gay community. I don't know what to say. I don't know if that's offensive to say. Probably not. I literally, like, love you guys. Come here. Give me a hug. I love you. I love you. Yeah.
This is her.
Love is love, guys. I don't know. Like, if you love someone, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. You love, like, if you're a guy and you love a guy, okay, so. Like, you love dudes. I don't care. That's also not my life, so why should it affect me? Like, why should I be mad? It's not my life, you know? So even if I didn't accept it, like, it's not affecting me in any way. Like, I don't know. Just live your life.
I love how you didn't draw at all.
Oh, yeah, I didn't draw. Okay, well, anyway.
Is that the end?
Get good friends. Don't get toxic friends. Know who's the real ones.
If you know someone is toxic, don't be afraid to kick them out of your life.
I'm a pushover, guys. I give people way too many chances, and they abuse that.
Yep.
So yeah.
But if you have a friend who's a pushover, and they even eventually got to the point where they're like, get the hell out of my life, then you know you did something wrong, because Savannah had to do that even.
So yeah. That's it for this girl talk. If you want a part 2 or another type of video, leave ideas in the comments. You can ask me questions, ask for advice, ask for story times, whatever you want. And yeah, I'll make another video. I didn't draw at all, so I have nothing to show you. I was gonna show you a reveal at the end.
Well, you had already started that, right?
Last night,
You could just show them what you started last night.
I'm drawing a stripper scene.
Why?
Because it's cool. Listen, don't judge people if they want to be a stripper. It's their life, you know? You can't even see. Yeah, I'm not very far into the drawing, but yeah. Okay, bye, poopies! I'll see you next time.